What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with reactions to the classics, and today we're going to push me out of my comfort zone a little bit. We got the Squirrel Nut Zippers and their album Hot, brought to us by our friend, longtime patron supporter of the channel, Carl. Thank you, Carl. Always appreciate you. If you'd like to be a patron supporter, so anyway, check out the link below. So I am not well versed in jazz or brass instruments. I enjoy it. I'm a novice at it. So is Trey. So I decided I would tackle this one. I'm looking forward to it. A little bit about the Squirrel Nut Zippers. They're an American swing and jazz band formed in 1993 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina by James Jimbo Mathis, who's vocals and guitar, Tom Maxwell, vocals and guitar, Catherine Whalen, vocals, banjo, and ukulele, Chris Phillips, drums, Don Raleigh, bass guitar, and Ken Mosher. The band's music is a fusion of Delta blues, gypsy jazz, 1930s era swing, klezmer, I don't even know what that is, and other styles. They found commercial success during the swing revival of the late 90s with their 1996 single Hell, which is on this album, written by Tom Maxwell. This is the second studio album by the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and it was released in 1996 and certified platinum, which even back then was a pretty nice accomplishment. I know Carl knows a lot about this. He's been in a lot of bands in his life growing up and stuff, so he knows a lot about this style of music. There is really nothing out there. I'm the research guy for our channel. There's really nothing out there. Two of these don't even have lyrics out there, but that's all right. Sometimes these are the most fun. We'll get started with the first track, Got My Own Thing Now. It's first time joining us. First off, welcome. Secondly, there won't be any music in the reaction, but click the link below if you want to listen along with me. As always, appreciate you, Carl. Got My Own Thing Now. I don't know if it's a little autobiographical or not, but he basically in the song is just singing about the fact, when I was a lad, I was a little bit shy. Something came along, caught my eye. When I heard the jazz band strike up, swear I had my mind made up. Now he's getting older and bolder, so I don't know if he's stepping into that jazz. The chorus used to walk along with the rest, got something on my own. Oh, baby, you got a little something, darling. You got a little something new, got a little something new. Broke away somehow. That's why I'm swinging it, got my own thing now. So I think he's stepping into the fact that he's playing jazz, because verse 2, now children, put away your toys, all your little children's games, let the jazz band make some noise. So he's trying to convince his girl that this is the cool thing to do, and he's letting everybody know I'm stepping up in the big time, because as a lot of you know who are into this kind of music, jazz music's among the most complex to play. You got to really be able to bring, there's no casual jazz musician who's making it big, I can tell you that. A little different than the pop or rock music realm. So very catchy, very fun. I think that's probably why this type of music had a resurgence in the 90s, right? Because if you're going through some heavy stuff or whatever, you just listen to the song, it's so upbeat, you can't help but smile from it. We got the banjo in there along with all this brass instrumentation and just going in, man. So that one was a lot of fun. Let's move on to our second track. We have Put a Lid on It. Put a Lid on It. Obviously much different just in style than the first song, than Got My Own Thing Now. Definitely sounds like this thing could have been pulled from the 30s. Got the female vocals on here, and then kind of a little call and response almost. So we had Catherine Whalen on the vocals. That's some great trumpet work by Duke Hiker. We've got, there's some sax in there. There might even be some clarinet. I'm not really positive. We got Tom Maxwell and Ken Mosher on that, and basically just, it's an old style song, right? So it's kind of got old style lyrics. The lyrics aren't in depth, just put a lid on it. In other words, for those of you that are young, put a lid on it, like calm down, like, because this thing's about to escalate. Like, I'm all right, Jack, put a lid on it before somebody starts a fight. Say, every time I turn it loose, you cats come down and cook my goose. So we got all this old style terminology, which is totally fits on it. And then at the very end, we'll grab your drink and clear a space. I think it's time to torch this place. Now the girl's in overdrive, but some of your pals want to stay alive. I'll put a lid on it. I'll put a lid down on it. Save it for another night. So we'll calm down. We'll have a good time. Really enjoyed that one too. Quite a bit different, even though same sort of style as the first track, but a totally different approach to it. Now we're going to go to an instrumental, Memphis Exorcism. So that is that's quite the title, Memphis Exorcism. That thing was quick moving. That tells you how good an instrumental is when you're like, wow, it's already over. I haven't shouted out Chris Phillips yet. Kills it on the drums on this one. Real standout here. So we have some trumpet. I think we got some saxophone going in here. The guitar works nice as well. We got Jimbo and Tom Maxwell on that one. So just a, once again, Duke kills it on the trumpet. Once again, a really good jam, man. Instrumental jam, kind of gets you rolling. Now we're up to our fourth track, Twilight. Now it either has a lot of instrumentation build in the intro and the outro, or Genius doesn't have all the lyrics for it, because very sparse lyrics on this one. Let's check it out. Twilight. Different sound on this one. Nice and chilled, man. Just kind of takes you to a different place. And a lot of different instrumentation on this one. I think we had Catherine Whalen on the baritone ukulele in there. Those baritone saxes in there. Just really good stuff there to kind of set this atmosphere, to just chill you out. And the lyrics are the same way. The lyrics are chilled. You come to me at twilight, the soft summer breeze, the sand, the waving hair. But how am I to know? This feeling has no name. And then we get this nice long instrumental break. And then each morning I dream of twilight and wait for your glow. Down where the moonflowers grow, far beneath the sea, awaits a home for me. So is he meeting this girl? Or is he just enjoying the twilight out by the river, the lake, the ocean? I think that's probably more like it. But I really like the vibe of that one. Now we're on to It Ain't You. It Ain't You, which interestingly enough doesn't show up in the lyrics. And that double bass was really coming in nice there from Don Raleigh. The way it started, I was at any point expecting my man Tom Waits to come on. We got a lot of Waits stuff up here. Sounded like the instrumentation and arrangement he might have used in one of his songs. But instead, we had Catherine coming in and just a nice little story told here. She's searching all over for someone to tell troubles to. Is it you? Is it you? Are you the kind of man that marries and gets his mind on something new? You got to let me know I'm all alone. Is it you? Is it you? So she keeps saying, is it you throughout here? You know, I confide in you. You understand my point of view. I'm old inside and you can't understand why. And I've been searching all over for someone like you. Is it you? So the interesting part is, it ain't you. So we don't know that from the lyrics, but we know that from the song title. It's not this guy. But I thought Catherine did a really good job. And one of the great things about this album so far, and it showcases on this song, is the production and arrangement, right? You never feel like there's an instrumentation run in there where it's just artificially placed. Here, look what we can do. It all smoothly goes together. Lyrics into the instrumentation, back again to lyrics. It just flows so nicely. This song particularly showcases that. And now we're up to Prince Nez. Prince Nez kind of had a lot of stuff going on in there. I think we had our appearance of the violin there from Andrew Bird as well coming in there towards the end. But I like this because it had a big tempo shift, and we hadn't really had that. Like it all of a sudden just went all in that last minute. I didn't care for Catherine's vocals on this. Some of the vocals for her, you got to sing it like it is, right? This is how it would have been sang back in the 20s or 30s. This sounded like it could have been on some old black and white movie. The male vocals were much better, and I'm not sure whether that was Jimbo or Tom on that. It was much better, but basically she is in love with this Prince Nez, follows him wherever he goes, makes her happy, and he comes in anywhere old Prince Nez goes. That's where she goes too. Always so debonair, flirting with such a flair. Everything's hazy, everything's crazy, everything's up in the air. My gal says she loves Prince Nez, but I don't really care. And so we go through that two different times, right? We go through it, we have a nice instrumental break, we go through it again, and then we just have that up-tempo kick. This song had a lot going on with it, even though I didn't really care for the vocal delivery on the female side from Catherine. Once again, that's the style and that's what she's going for. I still really enjoyed the song. Now we're up to the single that had some success on this album and really helped push it to that platinum status. We have Hell. Well, there you have it, Hell. To risk a bad pun, but I'm going to say anyway, that song was fire. The lyricism on it was great. The arrangement on it was great. You know, it's a song about hell, so what are you going to do? You're going to go heavy on the trumpet, some drumming in there. In the afterlife, you can be headed for the serious strife. Now, you can make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. And then we get this distant chorus in there. In the afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now, you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. That part of it is just so fantastic, the way they just kind of fade that in the background, almost like somebody's over here yelling that to you, you know, like you better watch out. Then we get into like a serious verse. This is a place where eternally fire is applied to the body, teeth are extruded and bones are ground and baked into cakes, which are passed all around. And then we get in that distant chorus again. I just really like that part. I think it's just done so well. And then they get in this little run, oh, beauty, talent, fame, money, refinement, job, skill, and brain. But all the things you try to hide will be revealed on the other side of it. Because a lot of people live this life like there's not another life. I'm a Christian. There is another life. I totally believe that. And you can do whatever you want on this life. But guess what? There will be a judgment day. And a lot of people do whatever they can in life to get ahead, and they justify it by, look at everything I've accomplished. But, that's a temporary thing. And then they get in the afterlife, you can be headed for strife. Make the furnace, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. Yes, it's the zippers, so they give themselves a shout out. And then they start spelling out now the D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I-O-N. Lose your face, lose your name, then get fitted for a suit of flame. So they spell out damnation. So far, this is my favorite one on here. Very catchy. And then we have a little I broke the chandelier at the end, which is a nice little touch, which is Tom Maxwell performing that part. Now we're already up to track number 8, Meant to Be. We got Catherine making a return on the vocals on this one. She sounded really good on this one. The Prince Nez that I didn't care for her vocals, she was trying to deliver it in a certain vocal style that fit that song. This one much better for me. And she's basically just saying, to this guy all the time, I'm finding ways to make things fall in line. I know tricky things can be, but I really do believe that you are mine and our stars are there before us. Listen here, some things are meant to be. And then she said at the very end of it, a little bit of confidence. Wouldn't you agree? Those who know whisper when they see us walking, quote, there's a love that's always meant to be. So she knows, she's telling this guy, look, we are meant to be. We're going to be together forever. Instrumentation is really nice on this. Nice little build up, nice chilled out song. I almost felt like I could have her singing this just in a little smoky filled bar back in the 20s or 30s. And I know that's the vibe they're looking for on a lot of these. And now we're up to Bad Businessman. Nobody likes those. Tain't no bottom in that wishing well for that Bad Businessman. What a nice tune there. Really good job of setting the atmosphere. A little more up tempo. I said fun at the start, but almost, I don't know, like menacing yet fun. They do such a good job of matching the lyrics to the musical tone. It just puts you in that environment. Like, this makes you feel like I better sit up and listen. There's something going on. I better pay attention to it. He just talks about the bad businessman. Don't do business with him. He's all around town selling lies, and the mess he sells is bad, and the mess he leaves is sad. He's a clown that's going to get bounced around if you don't keep his business underground. Beware of what he sells. It's shooting you straight to hell. So some great little solos there, some great showcasing of the instrumentation. Really did enjoy that one. And now we're up to Flight of the Passing Fancy. What a name. Well, obviously there was no lyrics on there. I mean, Genius didn't have any lyrics, but it didn't say instrumental. So I thought there might be something coming in there, but there was nothing coming in. Just a nice, little double bass showcase here, a little baritone sax. We had everything coming in here. Trumpet, the drumming was nice. Just really enjoyed that one. Kind of took you on this little journey. It's almost 4 minutes long. It didn't seem like it at all, which is really the best compliment you can give to an instrumental. All right, now let's go to the last track on this album already. Blue Angel, and I promise you this one does have lyrics. Blue Angel. Catherine on vocals there. I'm mixed on that vocal. I didn't dislike it like I did on Prince Nez. Not as much as I liked it on other ones, but basically telling the story of this guy. Your mama never told you how you're supposed to treat a girl. Your papa never told you now you're alone out in the world. Sirens are screaming inside the winding sheets are pale. The devils are dreaming of a blue angel, and I don't really know what she's referencing in the whole blue angel. I mean, you can find a few different things on what a blue angel symbolizes, but it almost doesn't make sense to me in that the devils are dreaming of a blue angel. But now I lay me down to sleep, but troubled dreams are all I find. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I pray so I won't lose my mind. So a little bit of the Lord's Prayer interspersed with a line afterwards of why it's not really working out for them. Streetlights come streaming on wings tonight. I'll soon set sail. The devils are dreaming of a blue angel. So, it's not going to turn out well. Your mama's going to take it hard. You're always a mama's boy. You're lying in the graveyard. Now you're not your mama's joy. Whew. Silence is screaming. I'll bat an eye and cast my spell. The devils are dreaming of a blue angel, or a blue angel, as she puts it. Just great lyricism here. Tells quite the story. I really did enjoy that one. Now we're up to our final track. And of course, this is a title that is a little difficult here. The Interlocutor. I guess I've never seen that word in my life, but let's check it out. Let's finish this thing off. Well, I mentioned it during the reaction. That was mainly a showcase for the stringed instruments and percussion. Enjoyed that one. I think it's fitting to finish this album out with an instrumental. There's 3 on here, and I thought that was a good way to finish it off. Now we're going to get to my favorite tracks, which there really wasn't a track on here I disliked, but I would go with the first track, Got My Own Thing Now. I think the second track was great too, Put a Lid on It, and go with Hell, of course. That was a fantastic track. Shout out and honorable mention to Twilight and It Ain't You. But like I said, there really isn't a bad track on here. Now I'm going to give my overall score. Now here's the thing. Look, this is so far outside of my wheelhouse or experience. It's difficult. I'm kind of remiss to give an overall score to this because I am by no means not only not an expert on this, I'm as novice as you can be on this type of music. But I really did enjoy it. It's a nice vibe, man. So I can see why people really got into this back in the 90s. And, you know, it's just a fun record where musicianship is showcased. The vocals are exactly what they should be in that realm of trying to bring back 20s and 30s. So my overall score on this will be right there at a 7.5. Really did enjoy it, Carl. Thank you for bringing this one to me. I'm always willing to stretch those musical horizons and try to get a little more knowledgeable in the great world of music. So thank you, everybody, for coming along on this journey with me. And until next time, I will see you.